Is shouting at your youth sports acceptable? Oh, I really like this. You might not really see the contrast, so I'll just do the parts where it's not that contrasty for you. Alright, is shouting at youth sports acceptable? Not really sure. Depends on the kind of shouting, if you're asking me. But in recent years, that shouting has been really aggressive. And sometimes it included these words and really rude hand gestures. I'm not really sure why people argue anyway. You can't argue with the referee. The referee's choice is final. And also, don't point at people when you're an adult. It's really rude. Now, in recent years, several incidents at youth sport events actually happened. Adults on sidelines got a little bit too competitive. They also become abusive and violent. In response, some schools basically gave them a list of guidelines of parents on how to behave at these sport matches, and other schools went doggone and banned them. Well, that's offensive, but hey, you gotta do what's right, eh? And in response, the Football Association ran a silent support weekend where the only support you're allowed to give is clapping. Well, in defense of the parents on why we all should be allowed to shout at youth sports again and why it's acceptable, is that shouting creates an excitable, competitive atmosphere and inspires players to go ahead and try to win the big leagues. Whatever trophy you'll get, I don't know, but that inspires them to get whatever it is. The second thing is that young people need to handle noisy matches and events, because if they're gonna go pro and when they're adults, this is what actual matches will be like. Also, with probably less rudeness. And the third and final reason is that most parents are respectful and unlike this person, and especially this person, and well, why shouldn't they be allowed to cheer for their kids? Sure, it's cheering if it's good, but maybe not instructions like shoot. Some parents can go over aggressive, and when their kids basically lost the match, they'll go ahead and say, "It's your fault, you're all the fault," and stuff, and start up. I'm not gonna say more. And now here's the thing. My first fact about is why shouting at youth sports aren't acceptable is that shouting puts too much pressure on the young player. I mean, look at that innocent dude. His mom is giving him a hard time. And the second reason why shouting at youth sports are unacceptable is because it's very embarrassing. Shouting can lead to aggression, and it can lead to being bad for everyone. I mean, look at this guy. This guy's probably embarrassed because of her. And now, the third reason why shouting at youth sports shouldn't be acceptable is that clapping is a better way of showing support than shouting, and it sets a good example for kids to respect everyone who is competing. You two are bad examples. Plus, clapping and singing the school chant, in my case, we will rock you. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, so according to the poll, 63% of people actually think shouting at the youth sport is unacceptable, while 36.5%, wait, what? Smack. Reloading, bing. Ah, that's better. 37% of people actually think that shouting at youth sports is acceptable, depending on the fact that whatever you're shouting is appropriate. So that settles it. You're the winner. I actually hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you guys in another episode too. And until next time, Shnan out. Peace. Is shouting at youth sports acceptable?